Hello you guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be sharing with you 5 success habits that I've implemented into my life, and you can implement them into your life as well. Many of the habits have been taken from this very book over here, Millionaire Success Habits. A very good book, one of the best books I've ever read, and I'm not even done with it yet, but I'm just so excited for this book that I just wanted to make this video. So habit number 1, which I think is the most important one of all of these habits I've learned from that book. When I read it the first time, I was just blown away because I'd never really thought about it, but it's just so simple and has a huge impact on your life, and will have a huge impact on your life. So it is focus on what you're good at. Get amazing at what you are really good at already. So what he asks you to do in the book is to make a list of things you're good at and then focus on those things. It's very simple, but the thing is, our whole life we have been taught from parents, teachers, all kinds of mentors that we have had in our childhood. We have learned focus on what you're bad at. Focus on the things that you're not really good at, because then you have a nice level skill level of basically anything. You can do this, you can do that, you can read, you can write, you can. If we take, for example, in school, you have to focus on being good at every single on English, on math, on chemistry, and all of these things. In life is a little different. For example, if you can be good at listening to your friends, you can be good at making friends, you can be good at selling, or you can have tons of skills. So just sit for a moment and think about what things do I really like doing. But not only do I like doing them, because if you like doing something but you really just suck at it, well, then maybe that is not what you need to go and do full time. Maybe you can just have that as a side hobby. But maybe there's something that you think is fun, but you don't do it too much, and you really just people, your friends, tell you that you're good at it. That is also a habit that I actually haven't included in the video, but a bonus habit that you're going to get right now. That is listen to what your friends and family says, because if there's more than 4 or 5 people saying something to you, you're good at this, I go and do this full time because you're very good at it, and if more than 1 people are saying that to you, maybe there's something about it. If 5 people's opinions, that is much better than 1 person's opinion. So listen to your friends and family and get amazing at what you're really good at. All the rich people in the world, all the people who have developed stuff, they weren't just fine or somewhat good. At Steve Jobs, he wasn't just somewhat good at developing tech, and Bill Gates wasn't just somewhat good at software developing. They were amazing at it, and then they probably sucked at a lot of other things, but they could hire people away from that because they were able to take their one skill. And if it's better to have one skill that you are very good at than 20 skills that you're just fine at, because people won't be impressed that you can do this not poorly, but you can do it like fine, and then you can do this fine. They want to see, they're interested in seeing the things that you're really good at. So focus on what you're good at. It's probably one of the most important pieces of life advice that I can give to you at this point in my life. So brings me on to my next point, which is monetize your skill. If you now you have a list of things that you're good at. Maybe you have written them down, or maybe you have them inside of your head. Now take that list and then you think about ways to monetize it. You can monetize your skill in so many ways. Let's say that you like baking. There's endless possibilities of how you can take your baking skills and and make them into a business, for example. If you begin to set your mindset off a little different, if you have this, maybe you have a friend who has a skill which is seeing opportunities for making businesses. Some people they can just turn anything into a business. Many successful people who have started successful businesses, they can take any skill, anything, and they can turn it into a business. And people ask, how can you do that? But they have this skill that they're really good at, and that is. And maybe you can find some of those if you can't come up with any ideas for your own skill. I can't sit here and just say different skills and say business ideas for those skills. But if you're good at something, think about monetizing it. How can you do this? How can you do that? I have a skill which is very, very weird. I have bees. I'm a beekeeper. How can I monetize that skill? I don't know. It's not really. It's not really a skill that I'm very good at. It's more like a hobby or skill. You can monetize basically everything. You could start a YouTube channel. You could start a blog. You could start an Instagram page and get orders if you are like baking in your kitchen. Then you can make an Instagram account and start your business. Developing it day by day and slowly, but if it's something that you are really good at, then you will see growth in the long term. That was point number 2, which brings me on to point number 3. Invest in yourself. Investing in yourself is the best investment that you can make, if you do it correctly, of course, and if you invest in, for example, if you had a skill that you are very good at, investing in that skill and developing it and getting even better and getting amazing at that thing can be absolutely critical for your success. Investing in yourself can make so much higher return than investing in the stock market. If there's something that you need to do to if you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to start a blog, if you want to start something, and you need some special equipment, if you need some special education on that and it's something that you really love doing, go ahead and throw that money after that, because you won't regret investing in yourself. It can make so much better returns than investing in the stock market. Investing in the stock market you can do when you have excess money that you could not be using in a better way than in the stock market, but there is a much better way than in investing in stocks or metals or crypto. That is investing in yourself. So when you have perfected your own skill as much as you possibly can, and you have created your own business, then you can begin to put money into stocks and stuff like that. So I will definitely recommend take the money out of your bank account if there's some course or something that you really want to join. And maybe also I have a little 3 piece of skill perfection. If you're thinking about investing and stuff, maybe you could just smash the like button and subscribe to my channel. That could bring you a lot of value and perfect some of your financial and investing skills in the future. So do that for yourself, and it's completely free, so why not? Brings me on to my next point, which is save your ideas. Saving your ideas is absolutely priceless also. It's like investing in yourself. Invest in a notebook, for God's sake, because or you don't even need to invest in a notebook. You probably have a phone. Who hasn't got a phone nowadays, right? I have just some kind of a note-taking app, and I have a notebook for my business ideas, for my video ideas for YouTube, for my everything. I have a little notebook for, and that is one of the most important things. How many times have you had an idea for some kind of business, and then you have maybe seen someone else do it, and they have made millions of dollars from it, or it has happened to me a lot of times. Me and my family we saw this need for some kind of product or something, and we thought, oh, we need to make this, but then a couple days later we forgot everything about the idea, 2 years later, we see someone making a big buck from selling that product or importing that product, which was also something that we had experienced. And that kind of sucks when you know that you could be 2 years earlier than them. Save your ideas. When I am, for example, working, sometimes an idea pops into my head, and maybe I walk outside or something. I only have my phone with me. I pull up my phone and I start writing my idea down. I have so many business ideas and video ideas on my phone, because you have this amazing idea, and then 5 minutes later you have forgotten it. And you know that this is true. I know maybe you haven't experienced the thing with a big business idea which you have suddenly seen someone else do, but I know that you have had some kind of idea for something that you wanted to do, that you have now forgotten. Same with Christmas presents, at least as a kid. You know, you have I have my wish list inside my head. I know what I want, and then when your grandma asks you what do you want for Christmas, and then you have no clue because you have forgotten all of the things you wanted. So that is definitely something that I know you can relate to as well. So keep a notebook. I will say notebook is kind of old school. You can always there's no need for having a notebook. Just get your phone and just download an app and begin using that. It is critical for your success. So this brings me on to my final point, which is see good in every story. It is a skill that I have found in this book as well. It's a very, very important skill, because many people feel kind of sorry for themselves because they have something has happened to them in their childhood, or something. They have had some issues. Maybe they are not good at reading and writing, and they got bullied in school. That was the case with the guy who wrote this book. He had a hard time in school, but what that now has turned into is he is very good at explaining very, very hard to understand topics in a very, very simple way. Also, that is what he is doing in the book. So that is, for example, a set of skills that he has got out of getting bullied or having a hard time in his school. So maybe if you think about I have such a hard time because of this and that, maybe try to think about it in another way, because then you will see the good in your story, and that will impact your motivation and your self-belief. So that was my 5th success habit. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please leave a like and subscribe, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.